Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Alright, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. Game number 3. The draft just about to begin here as far as the picks go. PK joined by Tsunami once again. And winner of this moves on to play in the winner bracket finals against Team Spirit. The loser, if you're not down to the loser bracket, to face Empire. And we got a Dark Willow. This hero's been banned, I want to say, pretty much every game so far today, but left open here. And Vega Squadron will take her.
What is this? 6 weeks ago? I don't care about Willow. Give me the Pango. Give me the Pango. It's not going to happen.
I mean, it could. We haven't seen a picture ban, though, throughout. And we mentioned with DAC as well, saying that it was banned 3 times in total of all the DAC picks. So.
Doesn't anyone want that badge of honor to be the first Pango in competitive Dota?
Radiant team pick.
I mean, it's just a qualifier. It's double elimination. You can afford a loss here and there.
Yeah, easy for us. Sitting back comfortably. Lifestealer going to be the response so far. That's an early Lifestealer pick. Very early Lifestealer.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're respecting Vega is aware that is crystallized recipe to success in game 2. Might as well secure it quickly in game 1, and might as well take out one of the best supports to deal with a Lifestealer by coupling it with a ban.
Pick for Vega. 4 here, maybe. I mean, it's going to hire pretty one. Something like the Tusk is on the board. Elder Titan is banned initially. Him, but
5 seconds
Tusk can
remaining.
Ban a couple of other ones, perhaps. Or they can go Death Prophet.
It's all about enabling and disabling Crystallize, and Willow's pretty garbage at dealing with Lifestealer. Spell immunity means that Bramble Maze, Terrorize, and Bedlam are all basically irrelevant, and obviously Cursed Crown as well. So
5 seconds remaining.
That's why they banned out the Omni Knight, but the other spell immune hero of Lifestealer still managed to slip through.
Good point, yeah, and that's probably it really goes more to the Lifestealer pick, that if they didn't pick up Lifestealer with these first 2, then
yeah,
it's very likely. So they just figure, all right, fine, we'll take the Lifestealer. They're going to ban. I was going to say, do they let them get the Viper again? Even though it worked out very well last game, still a good hero. It's a Lifestealer, so they do take him away.
So you still have options. Lycan is an availability for Vega Squadron to deal with Lifestealer. I mean that's all that Vega Squadron need to care about, as far as I can tell. It's just what's the best heroes now to deal with Lifestealer. So yeah, I think Lycan is viable. Visage is okay, but I'm not too enthusiastic about that.
Terrorblade.
Terrorblade, yeah, that's a possibility. Although Vega Squadron, I don't think go to that Terrorblade pick very frequently. It's very commonly 5th phase banned against them, but they don't really pick it that often. But, yeah, that would work. Troll would be okay.
Radiant team pick.
He's been picking up some momentum. We do see an Abaddon ban into a Beastmaster. Out, so now
and maybe Pugna. I would also be okay with Pugna for Vega Squadron.
Pugna, really?
Yeah, they've
10
usually whenever they get the
seconds
DP, they want to run it with some other pusher, like a DK, or sometimes a Pugna.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
in this situation, Decrepify would be incredibly valuable against Lifestealer.
The again, position 4 on either side still needs to be picked up, so
Oh, okay.
the other way.
Well, I mean, they took away the Bane from Vega Squadron, so why not take away the Pugna as well? And Dendy's been playing Pugna a fair amount recently as well.
Mid Pugna on our hands, you think?
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
None of this smell EG offline Pugna
5
business.
seconds
No,
remaining.
no. Tusk's still there. Let's go back to him as high priority. Upper.
One of the rare situations in which Vega's dipping into reserve time, and I mean, Navi have done so as well. Oh, Naga's a good pick, actually. Naga's a great pick. You've got a basically all-purpose channel breaker with Song of the Siren. You know, if someone's getting gripped, if someone's getting life-stricken, you just need to sing for a quick second and break both those
10
channels. You've got
seconds
Net
remaining.
to break both those channels and keep Lifestealer under control during spell immunity.
5
I really like that
seconds
Naga
remaining.
pick.
Any potential for a core Dark Willow?
No, because then you're just like, you're doubling down on the fact that Lifestealer counters out your Willow. So would you rather have your core Willow countered out, or would you rather have your support Willow countered out? And I think Naga Siren's like a good way to ensure that Willow doesn't get too owned, because, you know, if you ensnare the Lifestealer through BKB, then you get all the time in the world to set up a Bramble Maze underneath it, and then once the rage times out, then straight into another route. So I'm still keeping my bets on this being a support Willow.
Another Nyx Assassin. We saw it a couple times in the earlier series. Navi will pick it up. Fours coming out on
10
either side.
seconds remaining.
Vega Squadron still need their off laner and their safe
5
laner.
seconds remaining.
Terrorblade still on the board, as we mentioned. Although maybe not strong of an option now.
Could go Tiny. That's a go-to for Undershock. And it would be able to blow up Pugna very quickly. Not great against Lifestealer, because Tiny has so much HP, it gives Lifestealer a ton from Feast damage. But, I mean, against the supports of Navi, Tiny would instantly blow them up.
Radiant team back.
They do have a Broodmother, but against Pugna, I'm not ever really a big fan of Broodmother. Against Lifestealer, it's pretty good. Incapacitating Bite is very irritating, and obviously a bunch of units chewing on a
10
Lifestealer is not
seconds
something
remaining.
that most Lifestealer builds take care of, although Crystallize has been
5
going to that
seconds
Radiance time and time again.
remaining.
All the Lifestealers in this region have been going to Radiance time and time again, so one of the better ways to deal with it. But yeah, now the things have changed now.
You still have to get to the Radiance too, and
You do.
Last game that obviously worked out pretty well, but there's no guarantee that'll happen again. That way by
Dire
me.
team
So
ban.
you're going up against a Broodmother, and now Navi. So Navi potentially still needs their offlaner. They're an offlaner that maybe comes to mind where it's like, okay, this can help us deal with the Broodmother even more. Batrider.
Batrider would be
10
okay.
seconds
I know General
remaining.
plays Legion Commander every so often. I would be okay with that.
5 seconds remaining.
Beastmaster's also reasonably... Oh, it got banned. So never mind, not that. Yeah, I would say probably either Batrider or Legion. I guess maybe Doom as well, but I'm not too enthusiastic about Doom.
Vega Squadron having to go through that list and think what they prefer to ban here then. They also need to think about their pick, obviously. Visage was the final ban from NAVI.
Yeah, it's going to be a Blizzy offlane Broodmother, and then 4-position Naga Siren, 5-position Willow, and probably an Undershock Death Prophet, so they need to find some hero for Palantimos. You know, I wonder... So, Chen has not been, like, contested at all. And Chen is usually, like, first phase banned, like, all the time. And so, I wonder if this nerf that you can't send back lane creeps anymore really hurt him that much.
Yeah, I would be curious what the DAC numbers look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't really judge too much from.
But I know that Lil is like a big Chen lover, and so like not banning out Chen against Lil usually was heresy, but maybe that nerf was substantial enough.
Technically, they still could go to Chen.
Yeah, they could still pick it. Yeah, that's the Vegas Squadron have not really figured out what they want to do for their last ban. I'm pretty sure it's a general hero, so I think Vegas Squadron are better off banning Troll. Warlord is not something I was expecting. And a Luna, which I'm okay with. Usually whenever I pick Broodmother, you want a greedier core to take advantage of all the space that Broodmother provides, because Brood's going to fall off, and you usually want to baton pass the role of carrying to another core, and so Luna fits in. Still a pretty greedy lineup from Vegas Squadron, but we'll see if Navi, like, they could. I think Legion's probably one of the better options. You want a pushing offlaner, I think, is the best option for Navi.
Choose here for NAVI. Pushing offlaner, the Underlord.
Yeah, Underlord actually wouldn't be bad. Great hero to deal with Broodmother.
Jakiro, actually. I know it's not the most popular offlaner.
Yeah, it's true.
A little oddball.
Choose your heroes.
That's definitely an oddball, but works very well with Lifestealer. Lifestealer,
yes,
already I thought was going to have to build Battle Fury to deal with Broodmother, but now if you have Empower, who needs that? And Magnus is definitely a favorite of Dendy's. He is more than willing to pick the hero in times when the hero isn't really meta, which right now Magnus is not meta at all. But you've got a physical damage melee core with the Lifestealer. You've got pretty solid team fight with Pugna plus Magnus. And you've got heroes to deal with Broodmother, so I'm liking Navi's draft in this game 3.
General getting his hands on Pugna. Question is, I mean, just because who's playing what, is this going to be an offlane Magnus, or will it be the mid Denny Magnus here?
No, I'm pretty sure he's going to go mid. Offlane Pugna is fine. I think if they want to punish it on Vegas Squad, so either you punish General by sending Broodmother to the Pugna's lane, or you are more invested in Palantimos' success, which means that you send the Luna into Pugna's lane. Either way, Pugna's not going to have a great laning phase, but it's up to Vegas Squadron how they want to take advantage of Pugna's less than stellar lane dominance in a side lane.
Three. Again, it's not an elimination match, but winner sets you up. Winner final matchup against Team Spirit, and that'll be tomorrow. This event continues as a 3-day event here. Only 4 teams invited initially to what is the CIS qualifiers, and one of them going on to the minor event of the GESC Thailand. It's going to be Cock Thailand. Forward to that. Here we go, though. Game number 3 underway. Laning phase. I like the Broodmother opening build of the triple battle. Enchanted Mango.
Wow. That's intriguing. Yeah, I mean, you already get a ton of regen from Spin Web. So he's going to plant 2 webs mid, but I don't think he's going to go mid. I don't think that's the play.
Fake out web, yeah.
Yeah.
There. Navi's going to be like, well, what's going on here? How about, okay, so actually Denny getting Empower at level 1.
Yeah. He wants to lane against Broodmother, I'm pretty sure. But
that seems like that.
30 seconds to battle.
And now Blizzy's heading up top. So hopefully he doesn't show himself. The top bounty rune is warded up by Navi, so they're curious to see who will show up there. And Lil is going really deep into dire territory. He wants to figure out these lanes early on. And he sees Death Prophet standing around.
A mid, so probably a pretty safe assumption that she'll be at the top lane as they have vision down here, seeing Nagasaran and Dark Willow come in.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
And guess who's top?
Yeah. And Crystallized goes mid, so Navi get what they wanted, which is Broodmother versus Magnus.
Lane, Black Siren. Thought she might have been trying for some kind of pull here, but nope, not gonna happen. Nearby though, an opening, but middle lane, it's now into 2 versus 1. See how these webs are going to wear up.
I think Vega must have countered out another ward because Naga Siren already has half of level 1. And so I'm assuming the sentry ward was managed to fund. So that's the third game in a row where Vega Squadron have successfully counter warded before the 0-minute mark on NAVI.
Good heads up. That's, obviously when you have these region teams going at it against one another, they have a lot of experience, both in the scene as well as on the tournament scene and online qualifiers. So I'm sure that's a lot of research being done. Or perhaps just even saw it happening, but either way, care of it. Bottom lane, we are seeing the enfeeble spam come out from Bane, by the way. The 1 and 2.
Yeah, but this is one of the better lanes to deal with it. So if Palatinos chooses to put more and more points into Lunar Blessing, then Bane can only enfeeble one hero at a time. And Dark Will has amazing attack, both in terms of low BAT and just the animation in general. The range isn't exceptional, but the other two aspects are great. And so, even though you may be stopping Luna from farming, you're still going to take a ton of harass just because his Lunar Blessing aura is too good. Is now root up on General into Curse Crown. Nice Nightmare. Beautiful Nightmare.
That Nightmare. However, it might not matter in the end. The Bramble is going to put down General. That's going to be first blood in favor of Vega Squadron. Palatinos a little low himself, but not much more firepower. Bane has left. The enfeeble's not even going to matter to save him against the final auto attack of Luna. That's back-to-back kills for Vega. So quite the opening in 3 versus 2. Results in the 2-0 start.
I like it. I think they should keep this trial lane going, though. It's very effective, like I said, just because Lunar Blessing is so incredibly valuable in tri-lane situations. And Broodmother doesn't really need the help. Like, she's not going to be able to kill Magus. She's not going to be able to dominate this lane. And Broodmother is typically picked to be a lane dominator, but that's okay. Insecurity for Lunar Farm is now ensnared. Advantage across the crown of the run has the option of that. No, he went too early. Yeah, he went too early, but he gets rectified.
We'll save in, so both these heroes down here have ways to save one another. Time around it does save the Bane and further of it because of it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, up here 13-5 Magnus, you have Broodmother that's 8-0, so Dendy's definitely having the better time.
Right.
Fact.
And it gets easier. Sometimes in Broodmother matchups, then Broodmother starts getting the upper hand with more levels, but no, Dendy maintains advantage as Magnus over Broodmother.
I'm toying with you. You understand that, right?
He's going to initiate, but really just keeping Pugna pretty far back. With that said, though, Pugna actually to CS is pretty good. He's 11-3. He's actually out farming the Luna right now. A little bit even. So overall, I mean, the top 3 CS in the game actually belong on the radio.
Yeah.
Impressive start.
We'll see if he can keep up an experience, though, because right now Luna is the same level as Pugna, and there are 2 heroes in Pugna's lane, and there are 3 heroes in Luna's lane. And so being able to maintain that experience advantage is very valuable. Luna can catch up easily with Glaives, so falling behind in early CS isn't that big of a setback.
Dire's
17 and 13. He's got 14 to 9. He has more denies than like everyone else combined.
Yeah, this is not an easy lane for a Death Prophet. The Spirit's Wife is like basically useless.
Bottom Luna, again, trying to get some farm. 12-2 right now, not the prettiest start.
It is a little surprising to me that they haven't gone for a lane swap. I think maybe sending Broodmother mid would be okay, but I guess Blizzy's making... he's taking advantage of the fact that he's got nothing better to do with his spiraling, so he's farming them at the jungle. And this
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that is close.
I was watching middle lane, actually almost killed either side in the middle lane, but back to the bottom lane though. Shadow Realm auto attack, LeBron Dota, Nightmare is ready. Come to play. No, it doesn't look like Zach will get credit for the kill. To run him down. So did they almost kill Pugna? Was that what that was?
Yeah, he was TPing while the Cursed Crown was ticking on him, and like it looked like the final bell toll was about to cancel that TP, but he barely gets out.
If you start TPing when the Dark Crown's applied, I mean, how long does it take to Curse Crown? Because it's a 4-second delay, right? So.
Yeah, so basically if you do it within the first bell toll, then you can get out.
Very quick reaction. Feeble spam happening though from the Bane. CS down.
You see, they want to help out mid because Death Prophet is getting bopped, but that means that Luna has to get very, very far back, and that also makes it pretty obvious because why would a tri-lane that's doing so well suddenly disperse? And the only reason is because they want to go to a different lane. And they're now really starting around in the mid lane. Undershock. He's got a siphon out.
Yeah, we saw this happen about a minute ago, and it worked out pretty good for Undershock. He kind of fought them off, and this time doesn't really get as much damage in return, but he stays alive. That's what matters. Bottom lane, Bramble Maze. Good job by General avoiding the Bramble Maze, but it still might not be enough in the long run, or maybe will. The wand use at the last second. Auto attacks, trying to finish him off. The Riptide comes out, and Palantimos the losing beam to finish the job, actually. So
Denied.
Pursuit is successful.
Loaded to the gills.
Dire. 4-0 start. I mean, this is one of those games, though. It's hero kill, great for Vega, but Navi's actually looking pretty good overall when it comes to farming.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Well, another thing I would be okay with is if Blizzy goes bot, because this Pugna has nothing now, and so Broodmother can just dominate this lane. And then you just send this tri-lane to go up top, make Magnus have to deal with it. The trade-off is that Broodmother, he's already set up quite a bit of webs down here, but, Blizzy has 4 web charges locked and loaded, so, I don't know. I feel like a lane swap may be in order, because, again, if you kill the same hero over and over again, you're not getting that much experience, whereas if you kill, a solo leveling hero like a Magnus, who's level 7 right now, you can get a lot out of that. And you've already proven how strong this tri-lane is. Ensnare, Cursed Crown, Bramble Maze, and Lunar Blessing deal so much damage. But looks like Nagasaki comes back to the bot lane. And Blizzy takes over mid, so okay, at least some sort of lane swap does happen.
So the army on the mini-map moving towards that mid, sure enough, all spiraling. Here, look at the Crystallize immediately right towards the top lane.
Yeah, and now Undershock is looking very vulnerable. Doesn't even have boots yet on this Death Prophet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, there you go. Way down there behind his Nagasiren teammate. But Broodmother managing some decent farming middle as before Dendy gets here. So he gets here, he throws up a shockwave, and several of the Spiderlings die, so he'll have to jump down a bit bottom. Once again. Real maze that connects multiple times because of the trees. There's the cursed ground to Crepify. Saving initially, I complete the beam. Man, is he good at surviving, but not long enough in the end.
Yeah, and in the meantime, another attempt on Undershock's life in the top lane, but does not pan out. And now Undershock has managed to hit level 6, and so if Navi overextend to kill the Death Prophet, they can very easily turn it around with Exorcism.
Let's make this perfect.
And General just keeps on going into the meat grinder in this bot lane, which again, I think it's fine. If Pugna dies over and over again, and Vega Squadron are committing this much of this is a really strong tri-lane. You could send this tri-lane anywhere and it would dominate, but they're just bullying General over and over again, and quietly Magnus gets more and more spider farm. The Lifestealer of Crystallize is always, as I said, the recipe for Navi's success, and Crystallize having a wonderful time right now.
I think the big thing, too, is, the Enfeeble spam's actually working a lot. He actually gets level 2 Enfeeble on top of this, so LeBron Dota putting that on Luna constantly, and that goes back to the CS uplink and how it's lacking so much. No doubt that's a big part of it now. We do see, once again, nice job with the Nightmare. It's Cursed Crown. Now we're already at half life. Riptide applied. So not the Decrepit Applied, but actually the mitigated damage from Luna still not enough to keep Pugna alive. However, they do kill Nagasan in return. Again, the Enfeeble coming into play, but I'm also looking middle lane constantly to see the position. Then he's way pushed up here. 1-for-1 bottom lane, so Pugna again does die.
Although, Nagasan does have a higher net worth than Pugna right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Who are you really bullying at this point?
Structures are fortified.
Point. Luna, she does jump up a bit too, and her farm is actually now very nice, especially being 4-0 and 2, of course. But Magnus is just making that not look that nice because he's already at 5,000 plus net worth. And I was curious what Denny was going to go for, and we have our answer here with the Blink Dagger.
The first item, I'm not too interested. I'm curious what the second item is, because the only times I've been seeing Magnus, I haven't seen Magnus, but I know that Mad on OG really likes Aghanim's Magnus, and personally I think the item is garbage, but Magnus is Mad's most played hero in pubs, and he always builds it, and so I would be curious, because this is one of the few situations in which I could see Aghanim's being viable on Magnus, because it's a ton of burst damage. It makes your shockwave boomerang back around, but the trade-off is that the return wave, it does a slow, but it deals half damage against creep. So it's not a great farming item, but it does a ton of damage because it's basically 2 shockwaves coming back, which is 600 magic damage. And then if you get the shockwave damage talent at 15, it does even more damage. But we'll see. I don't know if Dendy's going to go full damage build like that.
I was actually, he's going bottom lane, by the way, with an RP ready. Luna in trouble there. The RP catches both. Actually skewers it back into the tower. The Empower auto attack with the shockwave. The Grepify is put on Luna. And out comes the left on top of it, so they can't attack for the time being. First round will stun Dendy and Palantimos. Did they really not kill anybody? Dendy, the
he dodges this.
flying shockwave, he missed.
There's no mana for Nightmare.
Going up. The Decrepify slowing him down, but it's not going to be enough. He gets away. What a runaway right there. Lil does go down elsewhere. It looks like in the middle lane of Broodmother. What? I can't believe he lived.
I can't believe he lived. Luna is a very high move speed hero, granted. I think most of it came down to the fact that LeBron just did not have enough mana. He wasn't able to use Fiend Grip, wasn't able to use Nightmare. I mean, these are all both very expensive spells. 165 for Nightmare, 200 for Fiend's Grip, and yeah, he did not have Arcane Boots. That really sucks. That should have been a confirmed kill, possibly even 2.
Well, I don't know if it would have made a difference, but the Decrepify was a little interesting.
Oh, Fiend's Grip,
yeah, lock it down Broodmother.
That's going to cancel it.
Skewer back. No, he couldn't skewer him. Actually, still on cooldown. Which did get canceled a little bit early, too. So Blizzy walks it off over the web. So a couple of missed opportunities for Navi. You think they have a kill on Luna? You think they have a kill on Broodmother? Neither one pans out. So Dendy, he's using that blink and the RP even very effectively. He just can't finish the kills.
Denied. And all this time, Undershock is getting time to get back into the game. This Death Prophet has basically gone undisturbed. They still have the tier 1 tower up top also. And so, Crystallize has been given a ton of space, and he is working his way to that Radiance, but it's not as solid of a lead as it was in Game 2.
So going back to actually, I was watching your patch analysis stream yesterday when you were talking about that, Ethan, and also the idea of the refresher and how that got the mana regen buff,
yes.
heroes that potentially was good on, and maybe the Axe Magnus was one of the ones where it's like, okay, yeah, it's actually potentially pretty good on him now. I mean, we don't want to go TV in this conference. It doesn't even look like about that idea. It would have been interesting. I could have seen it definitely been working this game the same.
I think Magnus is on the cusp of competitive, and obviously you'll still have to pick the hero in the context that you have some melee damage dealing core, but I think there's a lot of room for itemization versatility for Magnus that is unexplored. Is now on the bot lane. Root up. Palantimos has Eclipse ready.
Dire's top tower.
We saw this before. He comes out after, and they were not going to miss this one. The sleep is used from Nagasarin, but Slayer also goes down as Crystallize came out with a rage. Not caring about that song. Middle lane. Punches are running at him. It's a little too fast, though. The Grepify keeps him alive, and actually, she'll turn now in the middle if they're not careful. Coming over, but yeah, that time it worked out pretty well for now.
All of Navi left. They smoke up for this. And they get juked by a mirror image.
Yep. Facing Nagasarin can't be so certain.
Dire's bottom
and now we see LeBron trying to kill more versions. Silence. No nightmare for you. And despite all that movement from Navi to the bot lane, they don't even do that much damage to the bot tier 1. Crystallize went down, but he realizes that his services are needed in this mid lane, although he's kind of all alone here. But it looks like VEGA Squadron are backing out. Slayer is the only one remaining.
And Brood has his Death Slayer now, so his first key item here, really. Soul Ring Medallion, sure, but Deso's the big one. Damage starts to hit really hard, and speaking of big items early on, Luna actually going, I feel like this is a little bit old school with the Helm of the Dominator. But obviously an item that we've been seeing more and more of in general, though, lately, too. So Palantimo, Dominator, Ring of Aquila, Power Treads, very sturdy build early on.
Yeah, I think it's interesting surviving Magnus rotations and Nyx assassin rotations, and it would be truly old school if he was using it to stack his own camps, but these days people will find more use in keeping a creep around, and like right now he's drawing the top creep wave, and the troll does die in the end, but he buys a little bit of time for the creep wave to come back, and we'll see if VEGA Squadron want to fight this. Like, we haven't seen a single exorcism come out yet from Undershock. And yeah, we've seen multiple RPs. It's now level 2 RP, and it looks like VEGA Squadron is going to give up this tier 1.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Although crystallized the rage.
The rage is going to keep him alive. Yeah, his radiance actually it's finished now. It's in his stash. Just needs the recipe delivered. So crystallized has been quietly doing his job there.
Tower is under attack.
This is bot. Radiant. Going south. Zayas is in a weird position right now. This is not where you want to be as a Nagasarn. And Dendi has a Shadow Amulet. Runs through 2 brambles. And Bedlam comes out on LeBron.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's a little funky initiation for Navi, but Nyx Assassin has Lifestealer inside. Looking for an opening. Terrorize off to the side. Slayer may end up going down. Zayak, he pops his sleep. But crystallizing again with the rage.
Radiance.
Just finished that, as mentioned. Did they save the tower? No, the tower didn't.
Yeah, although Slayer does TP back to base successfully. And so Zayat's positioning was a little bit peculiar because like they did the right call, which was Song disengage, but they could have done it a little bit cleaner. I guess they weren't expecting the Radiance to be completed on Lifestealer. They weren't expecting Nyx Assassin to initiate. And now Crystallized has that Radiance online. Broodmother is much more scared now of a Lifestealer.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Luna top lane.
Dire's middle tower.
They're gonna catch her.
Yeah, she's screwed.
Magnus comes charging in.
There's no way.
That's not an illusion. Real. Good, successful. Well, the Alpha Wolf manages to live barely.
I mean, it drew aggro. Right now, Navi's top tower is getting sieged by a bunch of creeps, and they all went to go chase the dominated creep. The RP is still available. And, oh, Dendi walks into the sentry ward.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Obviously, that means VEGA Squadron is just going to retreat. No way they're looking to fight this. Although they may be forced into a fight soon. To their inside.
Dire are scouring.
Up the gun Dark Willow. That's one target. Don't want to waste our feet for him. No. Spear out actually for now.
They don't know the Lifestealer's inside.
And how much are they going to be now? And now he pops out of the RP. No!
Oh, RP doesn't come out.
He does not actually go on cooldown, but he dies, obviously. In the process, Crystallized. Oh, and that's 2 kills just like that. Double kill for Undershock.
No webs for Blizzy, though, so 2 super slow heroes chasing each other as LeBron barely limps away. And
Dire's bottom tower.
They could take Roche. You only have 30 seconds before Dendi comes up, and you know that RP is not up, but...
Exorcism, yep.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to go for it. This is perfect. You've got Desolator, Pulse Medallion. This goes down so fast. Great conversion.
This network grapple for just barely 20 minutes into this game. Really interesting because either team at
Are you not going to
yeah, he was trying to get sneaky, but these consistent sentry wards by, I'm assuming it's Slayer, and he's been doing a fantastic job at identifying the Nyx Assassin and the Magnus.
But yeah, no, this
the
very, very
network advantage is not really straight. Like, it's been back and forth constantly. And on the side of Na'Vi, it's because of Crystallize and Dendi farming like crazy on their cores. And on the side of VEGA Squadron, it's because they've been constantly getting kills. And this is probably the hardest I've ever seen General be shut down. Which usually isn't that big of a setback, but the problem is that Pugna struggles to be relevant if he gets shut down early on. And this is before any like anti-Pugna items have even come out. You haven't seen any BKBs on any heroes, you haven't seen any Orchids on any heroes, which really only Broodmother is the hero who would build an Orchid, but yeah, it's very spread out as now Dendi is prowling for a kill, but not able to find anything.
Really wants a kill against Smoked Up that whole time as well, but never exposed. That's to the credit of VEGA Squadron, and obviously...
Yeah, Blizzy's playing real safe right now.
Doing power treads eventually. He's working on BKB. 1,800 gold saved us. It's going to be a little bit. Nyx Assassin sitting on top of him. No one nearby. It's such a huge army.
And Navi are going to push out bot to 2, and VEGA Squadron are not really in a position to defend, which is a shame because they have the Aegis right now, but I can understand why they're letting this one go.
I'm going to TP
Oh,
down.
and Lil goes in.
Oh, that's a miss. That's not an easy hit, to be fair.
On LeBron, he's hella caught out.
There's no way he's getting out of this. Maybe, I guess. Can't do really much else. This spider army charges after him. Well, they get tier 2 bottom, but they lose Bane. Response, 4 staff, and more room being created for the Luna as well. You really got to keep in mind, and that's actually going to be Hurricane fight for Luna. Definitely a big game.
Oh man, and I'm so glad Zayas isn't going for Meteor Hammer. I was afraid whenever I saw the Naga Siren get picked. I was just like, God. This game specifically because Lifestealer will be able to rage in between the gap ever since the changes to Meteor Hammer. Or it was either a change to Meteor Hammer or a change to Song. I think it was a change to Song, how Song lingers or whatever. But whatever the case, like, Meteor Hammer's not great against Lifestealer post-Song, and so he's going for a 4-step, which is great against Lifestealer all the time. And Exorcism is available, but Vega's Undershock is in the bot lane right now, though he's heading over mid. And they're going in on LeBron.
Yeah, well, it's actually a decent angle to kind of get away. There's that Nightmare prevents it, so that's fine this time to play. Now, to be fair, that was a smoke, so that's one of those, okay.
Do not cross.
Will happen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Although Undershock is still, like, going all over the place. Like, now he's into the bot lane. And meanwhile, Navi as a group are now pushing a second tier 2 into the team that has an Aegis.
Are fortified. Radiant's middle tower
Things
is
going
under
on in
attack.
CIS Dota today.
Dire's top tower is
People just
under
don't like
attack.
to push. I don't know why. Exorcism's up. Aegis is up. It's now bot lane. They're fine low. Got so many carapaces onto the spiders. I mean, Lil's okay with that. Making space.
BKB just finished on Brood Mother, though. For him, her, it. Crystallize, what is he? It's like an SNY. Actually, no, gonna go Manta.
Yeah, you can take off Bramble Maze, take off Cursed Crown, take off Broodmother Silence, and Death Prophet Silence, and I think the most important was you'd be able to get out of Ensnare. So even after you rage and get ensnared, you can anti-style it off.
It's a Butterfly next for Luna, you think?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think that's the best call. You can get a Manta style if you want, but I don't really think it's necessary. There's nothing worth purging off.
Still have Song set up as well from Naga Siren. Defiance right now for the Radiant side, not these.
Actually, she could go Satanic. I would be okay with Satanic on Palantimos as well.
Radiant's
Take a top tier 2. Mid tier 2.
Lacking damage.
Sorry.
Damage on her.
Mainly because, like, Lifestealer is melee, and you're dealing against, like, a Pugna who's life draining you, and so I think if you're able to bait Navi into going into a fight and then turn around with Satanic, because there isn't really the most crowd control for her. There's Fiend's Grip and then there's RP, and then outside of that, like, there's not much, which is why I wouldn't be surprised if Palantimos skips out on BK as well. But I guess Butterfly it's a more conservative option, and Satanic would be the greedier option.
2,500 gold, 2,700 now. You get the point. Luna's saving up gold again. Nothing queued up yet, so perhaps deciding yourself as far as what she wants. Zayak, well, I don't know if you mind it now, but we are going to see the Meteor Hammer.
Oh, come on, man! Come on! Where's the 4-step? He had a 4-step. He already has the int step. Come on, man. Why you gotta do this to me? I do not know.
Zayak's lagging.
He's lagging because he's building Meteor Hammer. He can sense me entering his brain. Stop it. What the heck is going on?
Tenth spot. So we were mentioning earlier how it was a very, very close game. I see it broke up in a little bit now. 4,000 arrows. We haven't seen the RP in a little bit from Dendi. The level 2 RP.
Haven't seen Eclipse at all either this entire game.
Oh, yeah. The Ags Luna. There was a game, actually, we saw an Ags Luna. Not this game.
I think Envy is, he's got a soft spot for it. It's very situational, and against Lifestealer is definitely one of the situations in which it's not good.
Well, it was against, it's coming back, it was against a Terrorblade. The idea of the high armor and everything, so you...
Yeah, I can see that.
It's magic damage.
Oh, Blizzy quickly shows himself, but isn't exposing himself.
So fast, though.
They get the stun off. They don't know that they stunned him. Yeah, and Vegas Watching are playing excellently safe.
Mm-hmm. Life steps through. Couldn't find the chance.
I'll take that.
He just has timed out now, so I can definitely justify why they were playing so conservatively.
Progress. No level 20s yet. We've had some 15s being... Still going to be a good 5 minutes or so before those start kicking in. Broodmother AC is now in the works. 1,800 gold saved up on Blizzy. Stack of Ancients on the Radiant side, at least try to. Scouting it.
He needs to RP both of them. He doesn't know if they have detection, so he just gets the hell out.
Support was a little too far away. Bottom lane, pushing it in. Luna, 4,000 gold saved up, so that butterfly is looking pretty good. Death Prophet's also going to go Blink too. Okay, not the most ideal game for Undershock here as far as farm goes, but he's recovered a bit, and BKB, he's all about surviving at this point. Told to do that.
Well, in mid lane, Blizzy's getting dangerously close.
Terrorize?
Yeah, they want to make sure that he can't get Rage off, so if they start out with Terrorize and then immediately ensnare him, then it's possible that Blizzy can immediately kill him, but that's pretty optimistic.
I didn't even know you can cancel that, because I thought it was one of those if you commit to it, you have to go with...
Dyer's top
no. And that's why they actually increased the cast animation. One of the nerfs, if you hover over Terrorize, increased cast time from 0.8 to 1.0, because people were just constantly like pre-casting it, and so like as soon as the enemy team is in the AoE, then you let it go. And I guess I started to say that, so you increase the cast animation on it to make it less viable to constantly spam cancel it.
Is under attack.
Brood here, kinda, but LA just next to Stats saying hello. Walk away. Top lane, they want to catch Dendi. Nagasar and Song. Hold this play. Dead Magnus will away with the Shadow Blade. But very, very cautious play. You're looking at NAVI, they have 5 hero kills in 27 minutes.
Dyer's top
fastest
tower
paced
has
game.
been denied.
No, it's been a while. And they oh, what a Shadow Realm. I can't believe they got that off.
Almost thought it was an illusion for a second because it just went away, but they still get the kill, but now they're committed in a bad spot. This Song is going to connect after the rage wears off. It's cancelled pretty quickly, though. BKB going to run down low. We've all last year. Fiend's going to block that Death Prophet. He has his extra system out, though, with the BKB. Crystallize it, allows him to walk away with the NAVI. He's banking the nightmare himself. The RP hits only a couple of wheels actually in the back of the Luna drop in, Death Prophet, and Luna go down. The RP works out beautifully for NAVI, and now it's Broodmother alone, running away. She'll be fine. But that RP, we mentioned it's been a while since we've had one, the biggest one so far this game.
Yeah, catching out Luna was game-changing. It was just the Death Prophet that would have definitely been a disaster because Eclipse still has not been spent yet, and you love being able to use Eclipse in the jungle, but Dendi holds on to the last moment, and definitely like some weird hero prioritization from VEGA Squadron. So the reason that she canceled the song so quickly was because Rage timed out, and so there wasn't really anything that you want to set up for VEGA Squadron. The main reason for the song is like, hey, let's hit Lifestealer while he's raged up and no one can help him. But, Courier shielded. Was he still chasing it? And
at least he got the Manta delivered.
Yeah. And so instead, after the song gets canceled, then all of a sudden Broodmother BKBs and starts going on Nyx Assassin. And I mean, Lil had served his purpose. He killed off the Dark Willow. You don't really want much more from the Nyx Assassin, and Lifestealer just gets to walk out scot-free. And you know that Lifestealer's rage is down because that's why you canceled the song. But instead, they go for the Nyx Assassin, and they get a little bit spread out. They want to cancel Fiend's Grip, and then everyone converges on the Bane, and that just gives Dendy a perfect opportunity to get a 2-man RP.
Chaotic fights and advantage of it. So I'm also looking at Pugna. It's been a while since really looking at his progress, but he has an Aeon Disc now. You go with the Aether Lens, build a Discord you're on. Bulky kill to have for VEGA Squadron, and Pugna's just one of those heroes that it might not have been the prettiest start, but obviously he's getting enough levels. He's going to be level 18 soon. So he's not going the Axe build though, which we usually do. What is your take on that? I mean, is he overlooking the Axe, or is
I think it goes back to what I was saying in the draft, that there's a very convenient channel breaker of Song of the Siren, and it also offers a lot of setup. And so he can go into an Ag's life train, and then it will get canceled, and then everyone will converge on the Pugna. And then it's basically a whole bunch of net worth that isn't really being able to get taken advantage of.
Other than AC, 100 more gold and has it ready to purchase a Luna. Her. Now she is prioritizing. Well,
Roche is up. That is going to be a big showdown between both these two teams. All ultimates are available. Dire is definitely aware that Roche is up. I don't know if Radiant are yet. And General will find out. He plops another word in.
Kill the spider. Both teams very aware, but obviously we'll have to respect one another. You can just in the area at least. Top lane being pushed out by Nyx Assassin. The middle lane though wrapping around Dark Willow with an Invis. Currently active. This is an interesting opening spot.
They're buying time for Luna to get a BKB.
Against the lockdown here on the Radiant side, most of it. Important to have. So she has that though. That's probably a big reason, if anything, why obviously VEGA Squad is not necessarily looking to do Roshan yet.
Yeah, I think the two conditions they go for Roche is if they kill Magnus or Lifestealer, or if they get the BKB on Luna. And even once they get the BKB on Luna, I think they'll just be more willing to look for picks, but I don't think they're going to like go straight into the pit either.
'20s kicking in. Magnus continues to lead the way. Going to 12 armor talent. Hero range, life evasion, of course. Broodmother with the attack speed.
Loaded to the gills.
Being more relevant as the levels add up.
He has really high attack speed between Assault Cuirass and that taunt. In fact, like she can't sneak Roche, but she can take Roche very, very quickly. Oh, Dust activated on Lil. He uses. You gotta be very careful about where Magnus is.
Yeah, this is a very scary spot. So Blizzy also almost interacting with a couple of heroes as well, but no one really going in. The very cautious play continues.
This is a definitely make or break fight. Like, I mean, you can see the net worth advantage is less than 1k in favor of NAVI. So either team can take this game. I would wager that whoever loses the fight is going to lose the game.
Be queued up for the Broodmother. Mentioned Luna. She just about has the BKB now. Purchase and go. Key items at least that VEGA is especially waiting for. Magnus almost has an origin. 4,700 gold currently.
An interesting pickup. Well, we got smoke. NAVI want to play.
Map. Fortunately for them, there's also a smoke on the other side, and they're at the south side of the map. In the way up though, so they still could clash here. Bill advantage. Oh,
wow. They found Dandy. This is good for Vega and terrible for Navi right now.
That's so quick of a Roshan.
Yeah, and they're too late. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they can't sneak it, but they can definitely kill it very clearly. Like, Broodmother didn't even ultimate. If she had used it,
that was basically a sneak. Like, to be fair,
it was. Yeah, it was. It really was. And they're so lucky that they got away with it, because that could have gone disastrously. But they saw their window and they seized it and come out on top.
Mine.
Worth continuing. So even, but man, look at Nyx Assassin with the lifestealer inside. They're trying to reach for a kill. Will they get it on Death Prophet top lane? This is a risky maneuver. They're gonna go for it. Is it enough rules? And where's the response? There's a Eels BKB, and this is why I said it's risky. Because here we go. Nyx Assassin saying, "Fight me, please. Don't chase after my lifestealer." Out comes our first eclipse of the game, but the Manta style running away, and she gets away with the TP. Lil will end up going down. But it's also
Bot's tower. You're tier 3.
Dying Broodmother is going to TP. Tier 3. Barely stay alive. Because of that, and the rest get away. So yeah, risky decision. It almost gets a tier 3 bottom tower kill at least. All they lost was a Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, I would say that's actually quite worth it. It was a 9-second BKB from Death Prophet and a ton of tier 3 tower damage. I mean, they know that Vega Squadron are rarely willing to fight when they don't have Exorcism up, and so Exorcism's still down for the Roche attempt, and yeah, Navi go for it, and works out fairly well. Made a ton of space for that bot tier 3 push.
The other MKB on him, now the Nullifier 23. Tendy's sitting on 6,000 gold now, basically. By something eventually. Get the chance, they drop him quickly, so they get the
very well executed.
Solid response. They do not want to just give this up for free. Danny just throws out the RP, did not get Luna. Locking out Luna throughout this whole fight. Danny holding his ground, but so is Blizzy with an insatiable hunger. You're not going to win that Mammo fight if you're Danny right there. Meanwhile, Bane, he's actually still alive against Zayak. Zayak goes down to response, so 1-for-1 there. Gem does drop, as pointed out, from the Nagasar. And actually, only the heroes to die are the 2 supports on either side. Now.
Well, that and Luna's Aegis.
True. So yeah, definitely victory for Navi from that perspective.
Yeah.
Blessings upon a
Although
loyal
3 BKBs
warrior.
spent on the side of Vega Squadron, whereas I think it was just Dendy's BKB on the side of Navi. And now with all these BKBs on cooldown, Lil's looking for an opening, but Vega Squadron are retreating.
Assassin, yeah, vision spotting himself. Not going to get the jump that he was hoping for. Although, okay, maybe they are going to get the jump that they're hoping for. Their free kill, yes. Seconds dead for. A 6-kill streak stopper, too. Definitely getting the Broodmother. It comes at a cost of a Crystallized. I don't know about that. They're chasing after him. Nagasarin doesn't have a sleep yet. They're running after him further. Pugna, though, he TP's in. With the bot, Death probably gets bursted down, so the Exorcism essentially wasted. BKB for Valentimos. He's using it to run away now. Not your ideal fight for Vega Squadron, and it could go worse. There's a Terrorize. And now comes Nyx Assassin with the lifestealer bomb. Clever Kid. Where's that? Valentimos still alive. The open was on him now. The Radiance burn. The auto attack comes out from Crystallized to finish the job. Luna's dead for 80 seconds. No buyback. Undershock did buy back, but again, doesn't have the Exorcism. RP's
on tier 3 gets claimed. Top tier 3 is getting pushed by General. This is Sophie's choice. You're going to lose 1 Rex.
Yeah. And RP's ready, remember. So you cannot overcommit if you're Vega Squadron. I know it's tempting. They're going to lose the melee Rex, though, Lifestealer. Broodmother going in. They're just melting now. The sleep doesn't matter. The rage comes out. Finally, it connects, but the damage is already done to Broodmother. And it's just the Shadow of Darkwood. That's what I could have said. She fights back immediately, but that's bottom racks. And this is going to be more. I mean, why would they fall back?
Yeah, they've still got RP available. They've still got Magnus's BKB available. And Pugna's just been chipping away at all these structures.
This all goes back to Broodmother just simply getting picked off in the middle lane. This is the snowball effect. And Navi on the verge of trying to take game number 3 right here, right now. Luna's up in 10 seconds. Does have an eclipse, but they will be without the Broodmother for a good 50 seconds. So the question is the tier 3 and the top set of racks. And the defenders. They're going to try right now. They jump in immediately. Vayne, there's the extras and pop. Vayne's going to live for the time being. Brainstaff surviving even more. The meanwhile,
He's waiting.
and here's Palatino, as he mentioned. Dendi in the wait, though. He's looking for his chance, looking for his opening. The RP is going to go for him. Yes, he's only got the one in the Luna. But it might still be that the terrorist comes out. It's not going to really connect, though. After rejecting for Life Stealer. Down goes to Nugget. She's dead for 80 seconds. Time for that Life Stealer. He's a little bit too far around the nightmare initially. Not going to save him in the long run. He's dead for 90. Buyback ready at least. So it will be a hold in the end for Vegas Squad of sorts. But obviously it comes at a massive cost. If you look at the whole breakdown.
2 racks is fully claimed. A handful of buybacks spent, I want to say, on the side of Vegas Squadron. Yeah, they buy back the Death Prophet, the Broodmother, and the Willow. Luna, the only hero that's important for Vegas Squadron that did not have to buy back, but it is an immensely expensive hold, and, you know, Broodmother is going to start falling off, if not haven't already fallen off. Life Stealer still has room to grow as General gets a pick on Slayer in this bot area near the bot rune.
I'll take that.
And I am very concerned if I'm Vegas Squadron. I don't really think that there's very much they can do aside from getting Crystallized caught out without buyback is really the only way that I see this happening.
Well, so the good news is, if you're Vegas Squadron here, this game is definitely still winnable. And like you said, maybe getting it picked off, with, ideally without a buyback, would be nice. But you do have a Luna that is pretty far. And when we well, I had my camera on Broodmother there while I was talking.
Yeah.
But the point is that if you happen to get that one nice pick without a buyback, then all of a sudden Luna pushes back and their base will be destroyed in a matter of seconds. So
wait. Click on Magnus. He's 8 mana regen, 21.2 mana regen.
Yeah.
Refresher shard. I mean, refresher orb. Doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter, but yeah. But yes, Luna can have the potential. It's just that the way that Navi, like, they can decrepify to buy time for the Luna to not die. They can, you know, Nightmare to buy time. There's so many ways to stop Luna from doing damage. They can put Enfeeble on her, which, you know, she's still dealing a fair amount of damage, but not nearly as much as she should be. She's dealing 120 less to be exact. Now Dendi attempts initiation. Nice terrorize.
This does have an RP. They miss the terrorize hitting on a crystallize. He pops his brains out, going after Luna. The eclipse comes out and not going to do much. So feeds grip from a chest. That's the Nagas are in sleep. Will get it stopped though. Now can they kill crystallize? Switch into the use of the outcome full RP from Dendi. They're going to take out Death Prophet as well as a Dark Willow. Just to that. Here comes the second one. I'm sure not even needed. GG's called, and Navi will move on to the winter finals.
Ingo denies all of his items. Congratulations to Navi. They moved to face Team Spirit in the winners bracket, and Vegas Squadron moved down to face up against Empire. And